YouTube, what's going on? This is Phil with What a Great Deal. I want to thank you for tuning in for another video. Do want to show you a couple of things different this week than what we normally do. We are going to actually show you some footage straight from the shop. We went to Crazy Bins this past weekend, as we normally do on Fridays. And this time I went with the GoPro intact, straight on the chest, so you'll get to kind of see first-person view of what I see going into the stores. We got there right at 10 o'clock when the store opened. And so basically I'm going to show you that footage in this week's episode. If you guys like this, put a comment below. We might do this from now on as far as the format. I'll be kind of in a corner narrating it a little bit for you of what you're seeing, things that I grabbed, kind of going over some of the numbers along the way. And then we'll go over the numbers at the end, just in general, as far as this week's sales, what's already sold, and get you all the way taken care of as far as being up to date and things that you can do on your own as well. So I'm going to go to my corner and let's get the footage going. Alright, so I did speed this up a little bit, so what you're actually watching is sped up footage. Notice that I go in and immediately go to the left. Crystal goes in and goes to the right. As you're watching this, you'll see me grab that animal toy. I ended up putting it back because it wasn't that great of a find whenever I went to go to scan the price. There went the Verizon Alcatel phone, and you'll see right here I grab another track phone as well and take it back to the cart. So within the first 3 minutes or so of being in the store, found 2 cell phones already. I had ended up with a total of 6 cell phones, and so you'll see those kind of being found throughout the process here as we're going through. Initially, like I said, Crystal goes down the right side, I go down the left side, and then we meet back in the back corner, go through everything. We start putting the stuff that we're keeping for personal use in her cart, stuff that we're getting for the shop to resell here with What a Great Deal in my cart, so that we can purchase it on the business card, and that way we kind of differentiate the expenses. A few seconds ago you saw a brown box going in my cart that I picked up. That was a Schlage door lock. That, as you'll see in the numbers later on, is about $165 resale, so that was a pretty good snag as well. When I'm going through, I try looking at all the different little hair sets, like that wall right there in front of me. I end up grabbing it and throwing it in the cart as well. That actually ended up being like a $50 sale. I think it was 50 or 65, somewhere in that ballpark. I try grabbing any brown boxes that I see that I can't immediately tell what it is on the label, just because that is a mystery item for you guys, or B, a lot of times I can find like some words of a description and search that a little bit later, and it might be something that somebody else wasn't able to look up that easily, and so they just gave up on it. And those are usually pretty good grabs. That box I just put in that said Chamber Elite, that, as you'll see later on when you're showing us scanning it, that's a $80 pair of sunglasses. I have them listed currently for $70, so that should be a pretty good sell. I'm selling them for about $10 less than what the value is, so that should be a pretty good turnaround on that as well, especially since it was $10 in. And again, this side of the bins is usually where I kind of go to, because I know what to look for a lot on this side as far as the types of deals that you're going to find. This is where I found the tablet. This is where I found a lot of the phones. This is where I found the memory cards. Everything that I've found that has been kind of high end, I've found on this side, all the routers and such. You'll see this gentleman right here coming up on the left. He's got a gray speckled hoodie right there in front of me. I haven't seen him before at the store, and I've gotten to where I pretty well know a lot of the resellers, and he's definitely a reseller. He talked to me about a few things that I use, and I know that just by him knowing what they were, that they were something that he's used as well. And he kept joking around about wanting to shop out of my cart. Seemed like a nice enough of a guy, but I just had never seen him there, so he just lets me know that people are watching and just hearing about this business in general and coming out. Now this gentleman that you'll see right here to my right as well, that's also Tom. He's also a reseller. We're kind of competitive friends, I guess, if you will. He does the same thing I do. He doesn't vlog his, he just does it for personal business of reselling. And he'll, come by and say, hey, I'm not getting this. It's not, I can only get a $40 return on it. Are you interested in it? And I'll do the same for him. And so we kind of help each other out along the way. Hey, give a heads up as far as if you're looking at this, you might want to look at that as well, or something like that if it's something I'm going to pass on. Now, as I'm walking around through, you'll see a lot of things, the bins I'll just kind of shift through a little bit, and that's just because I've been seeing some of the same things over and over in the stores. That's actually Crystal right there in front of me in the red flannel. I came on over to her side because I was already gone through all the bays on my side. So then I'm looking around because she's actually on the phone with my son's teacher from school. He had had his first week of school, so she was talking with them, and I was helping her look out on her side a little bit as well. Now, what you're seeing is me kind of digging through these, and I just found a couple of really nice items, and we'll see those in later on when we're scanning in. I found a couple of new nebulizers, is what it was. There's Tom again. He's actually thanking me for about this idea about the shrink wrap that I gave him, and I've showed with you guys where if you have an item that's in a box that you can pretty well ship it in normally, but you don't want to just put what it is out there in the shipping, you can actually wrap it in this black shrink wrap that you can get on Amazon and be able to ship it and not have added weight of a box, added dimensions of a box to make it bigger to ship. Saves you a lot of time and money along the way. And got that idea from Harry Tornado, so thanks Josh for that. And again, I passed it on to him. He's using it now as well. I had talked to Noah while I was in here this time. He's the owner of the store, him and Aton are cousins that own it. And Noah's super cool, offered to let me interview one time because I mentioned to him I'd like to do an interview. So we'll have that coming up on the channel here coming up in a couple of weeks probably, to get everything set up and do a sit-down interview with him about how they've grown as a business. They've got 2 stores, getting ready to open up a 3rd store, so their business is booming. And if you're kind of new to the channel, I'll go ahead and kind of give you a lowdown. Everything that you're seeing in these bins, this is on a Friday when they first open. Everything in the bins is $10. On Saturday it would drop down to $5, Sunday is $5, Monday is $3, and then Tuesday and Wednesday everything in the bins left is $1. So you can find some pretty good stuff. Just depends on how long you want to wait it out and how long other people are going to wait it out and not buy it before you can get back and get it at a cheaper price. The side walls that you can see, and up there at the front there's also a shelf that has higher price items, I guess to say, higher valued items that they would have picked out, that they get on skids. It's not stuff that they would have found normally in a pallet bin of just mixed stuff. And so they set that aside. You can see it kind of over in the background of the lamps and things like that, and there's some tables and stools and entertainment centers and things. And these are things that they're going to sell for $40, $50 sometimes it's just 20 or 30. We bought a microwave there 2 weeks ago for $30, and the thing was brand new in the box, so you can't beat that at all. You never know what you're going to find in the bins. And like I said, we spend a pretty good amount on personal items as well. I just kind of help try gauging it a little bit. Now, if you'll see in the bin, or in my cart rather, I should say, I've got the shrink wrap or not the shrink wrap, but the bubble wrap that Crystal had brought for me, and she brought it over to my cart because that's actually going to be something I use for the business for shipping the packages out. The thing is shown a couple of times on the side there said Nest. That actually is a candle that I bought. I thought it was perfume, and it turned out it was actually a candle when I got it home, started going through it. But I ended up actually eating that item. Whenever I scanned it, I got all excited because it said it was $50. I was like, oh sweet, it's a $50 candle. And but it had been melted and had re-stuck up, and it was just not in sellable shape, so I'm not going to do that. So the bins, and whenever you're looking around in them, you have people up around you a pretty good amount. I try keeping a space of about 6 feet between me and the next person as much as I can, leaving a shopping cart in between us. That doesn't always work, and some people do come right up and get beside you. And I know at the end of the day we're all digging through the same bin, so if you're going to get it, you're going to get it. I've been going to it since October and have not yet, knock on wood per se. We sanitize. They have sanitized stations at the front. They have gloves and everything if you choose to wear gloves. I personally don't. I sanitize and I sanitize as I'm going out. Been fortunate enough to not have anything come down with it as of yet. Now right here I'm actually going ahead and trying to scan a couple of things because my cart's pretty well full, and I'm just trying to go ahead and make sure I've got room for everything. And so if I'm seeing something now that I'm picking up, if it's something that I'm going to have to try figuring out how to jostle it into my cart and worry about it, I'm going ahead and scanning it now to go ahead and see if I can do it. And some things I've taken out of my cart and looked at it and scanned it because if I'm questionable about what it's going to resell be, I'll go ahead and set it on out to free up space for something else. Again, this isn't always Amazon returns. A lot of it is, but there's also Amazon overstock, there's Target overstock, there's just discontinued items that they clearing out. I've seen some Kohl's stuff in there. Like I said, 2 weeks ago there was a whole pallet of Home Depot stuff just mixed in, and got some really nice tools. A couple breaker boxes and such were available in there. I didn't pick one of those up, but I did pick up a couple of the tools to resell as well. Now right here I'm going back towards the back corner, and I apologize for the box kind of blocking the view there. Talking to Ben right there. Ben is noticeable because even in Cleveland, Ohio, this is technically Mentor, but it's a suburb of Cleveland, in late January, snow on the ground, he's still running around in his shorts, and I give him a hard time about it every week. But now Crystal is back here in the back corner. You can kind of see her back there, and I'm heading that way so that we can go ahead and start scanning things, and you'll start kind of seeing that process. Just doing a couple little last minute looks to see if I see anything in there. Now when I go back here with Crystal, you'll see my niece there with her. So normally she's not there with us, but she had a dentist appointment this week, so it was right before the bins were going to open, so it was right next door, so she went to the bins with us this week as well and start trying to help out a little bit. As you can see, kind of going through, and I'm starting to look through. Normally, like I said, what I do is try clearing out a section of my cart, scanning the items in, looking at them on eBay, looking at them on Amazon, looking at them on Google to see what has value, what does not. And if it has value, I'll make a keep pile for a quick minute until I can get a section of my cart cleared out, and then what I don't want, I'll just go throw it back in the bin, and you'll see me make a bunch of trips just going back over to the bins to toss stuff back in there. And I do that because I want other people to be able to buy it. If it's something they have an interest in, or they're buying it for personal use, by all means, I don't want to hold it up any longer than make somebody miss it that might have been looking for that particular item. Now that right there is a Norton in my hand on the right, and the yellow, that is a 5-device antivirus. That is actually already sold for $35. Crystal's hand right there is a Nokia cell phone. It's a Nokia 2.3 is what it turned out to be. That is I believe I have it as an $80 cell phone currently as far as the value. So it was a couple pretty good finds there. I ended up with 6 cell phones out of this week, and I got home, realized I had 5 others here that I hadn't had listed either, so I had 11 phones to list this past weekend. I literally was selling them as fast as I could list them. I couldn't even get them all listed without sold 4 of them, I think, in the process, and ended up with having to take 17 packages to the post office on Monday morning following this being shot on Friday. So after this call, I had already sold 17 items that weekend out of what I bought. Now you can see I was kind of looking up, and if I can't find something based off of the barcode itself, I'll try doing like typing in a couple of the words of the description on the box to see if I can find anything on it. I think those were the door locks that I had found, and they were just not in good condition at all. As far as resale, they were, I think, $20 to $30, and the last ones were sold in October or something to that effect. So not something that anybody would really buy. I picked up a couple of different softwares. I really like the software stuff because you can get the flat rate small priority boxes from the post office that are meant for selling, like shipping like DVDs and such. Software boxes like that Norton antivirus and such fit perfectly in those, and those boxes can be turned inside out to be just regular priority mail, which is how I normally ship stuff anyway. So I can put them in that, fold it over, and it's a light, easy way of shipping it. Usually is less than a pound, usually like 4 or 5 ounces as far as shipping one of those, because it's just a piece of paper in it. And so it's a really easy way to ship that. Now this is where I was trying to pull the sticker a little bit to see the barcode on that for those sunglasses. Couldn't find it, so I just did the manual typing in of the name, trying to match it up as Smith Chamber Elite. And these are actually the clear lens sunglasses. They go for $70 to $80. I've got them listed currently at $70. They're ballistics tactical sunglasses from what I read, so essentially for while you're trying to shoot at shooting ranges or outside. Crystal's got those J-Buds back here. Those actually have already sold as well for $40, I believe it was recently over the weekend. They were one of the 17 packages that went out. The Funko that I had in my hand, it was just a t-shirt. Doesn't have any kind of resale value. Now the thing that Crystal actually has in her hand is a Go Cube. It's a Rubik's Cube digital cube. That goes for about $65. So we ended up keeping that, and I've actually got that listed on the site. I've had 3 offers on it already. and most of them were pretty close to my asking price, but their shipping range was way across the country, so it was going to cost me a lot more to ship it than I was willing to deal with for taking a lower offer. So I'm kind of hold out until I either get full price or somebody a little bit closer with a pretty good offer. Now this right here that I've got in my hand on the left there says Nosedive. That's actually a Black Mirror app game type scenario. Thought it would have something because Black Mirror, and it was a really nice display case and real presented. It was like $12 to $15, not anything fancy at all. Now looking here, you can see the consumer cellular box there on top of it. That's another one of the cell phones that I've found along the way. So that's 4 that you can see and account for at this point in the video. I found 2 other ones after this, because after we do these scans and we kind of separate the cards out, we'll both go back around and do a second round seeing what other resellers had put back that they decided not to get, or somebody else that was shopping like, no, I don't want to get that item today. And so we'll go back and fish around, and like I said, I found 2 additional cell phones in that point. So out of the 2 additional cell phones, I think $35 and $45 on those, so that was another $80 in turnaround for $20 investment. So that alone was a really nice find. Now, some of you have asked, how long do I actually spend doing this? Every time we go to the store, I get there at 3 o'clock in the morning to get my number, and I sit there and chill in the parking lot, playing on my phone, playing on my computer, whatnot, editing videos and such. And then the guy shows up to give the numbers at 5. We kind of go in the order. We police ourselves as far as who was there first and get our numbers, so I can usually get like numbers 5 and 6 for me and Crystal to get in. And then, so that's just personal preference to go up and do it that way. You don't necessarily have to, but it works for getting us in early to get kind of first selections on trying to find those things on the side of the stores that we go to. The actual time in the store at when they do open is, they open at 10. We're usually there until about 12, 12:15ish, 12:30 sometimes, depending on how many laps we're looking around and what we found and trying to find things. So about 2.5 hours sometimes in the store itself, and that's everything total turnaround. But when you're making $800 a week in reselling this stuff, it's definitely worth it. I know obviously you have to count in the time for shipping and listing and making these videos and such. Don't really count these videos as part of it because that's more of an educational aspect for you guys and kind of keeping everybody up to speed on everything of what we're doing and what you can do on your own. Now you can kind of see there on the wall behind me some of the stuff that I was talking about where they mark it $30 and $50 and such for those things that are on there. If it's not in the bin, it's going to be marked along the wall as far as what it costs. And there's also some back tables back behind us that have some details or items on it that they are selling at a different rate as well. As far as the apps, eBay is a great one. It has a barcode scanner right in the search function, and you can just scan the barcode if you can find the regular barcode on it. If not, just type it in, because the barcode only picks up if the people who have listed them before you have attached the barcode information to their listings. So you could very well miss seeing sold comps if you just strictly go by that barcode. Also, we use Amazon. Amazon picks up barcodes. It also picks up the descriptions, and you can just take a picture of the item. Now, the actual video is ended because my battery died on this one. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the numbers and go over everything with you. So just kind of going through some of the numbers, and I'll throw them up over here for you so you can see them as well. The not a whole lot of big market items. There's 1 or 2, as you can see on this front page list. There's 3 pages total that I'm going to show you. All these are $30, $40, $50, etc. for the J-Buds that I was mentioning that she had found. The bronze shaving set was one of the nicers, and that's $100. I'll be honest with you, I go through these things pretty detailed because I wouldn't want to get anything nasty as far as something that's been used like that. So I try looking at there in the store pretty well, and then when I get home, I especially go through it, make sure that there's no signs that it has been used. And if so, I usually just throw it over into like a donation or a yard sale pile rather than trying to list it online, just because I'm not trying to get anybody all upset saying that I'm ripping them off, selling them used items. I'll either list it as used, open box, or new, just depending on the status of it. If that still has been broken at all, it's listed as open box. If it's not something I feel comfortable selling, like a used shaver or something, it's not even going to get listed. So that's also, you see those Manscaped packets down there? Those sell great. I know I've said it before, I don't want to be the Manscaped guy, but every week I'm finding these kits in there, or the razors, and they sell $60 and $70 they sell. So that's $130 out of 2 items I paid $20 for total. That alone is $110 for picking up 2 things in the store. I'll do it every week if that's what it takes. On this page, you'll see the sunglasses I was talking about, the Smith Chamber Elites up there for $70. A couple other things like that Go Cube, the Paw Patrol toy. Nothing major there. The Minecraft bedding was actually a really nice find. Super popular, sells a lot. If you actually go look at the sold comps right now for the Minecraft full bedding, it is the Happy Villains or something like that. I can't remember the actual name for that design that it's on there, but it goes all day, every day, $68 pretty consistently in that ballpark, $68, $70. Lastly, we're going to go over the cell phones that we found. Like I said, found 6 phones total. There was one that was a T-Mobile Smart Mobile, their prepaid service. That one goes for about $85, and it was honestly in the worst condition. It was just in a plain plastic package like they come as the prepaid phones on the shelves. The cardboard was all tattered and beat up all around it, barely there, and it was all shoved into a Target bag. So, but the plastic for itself for the phone was sealed, so it's in good shape. Used, pre-owned, that thing goes for $85. So I'm listing it for $85 with the packaging the way that it is, and basically being open box status, for lack of a better description for it. The other ones were a couple of the prepaid phones like Track Phones and Consumer Cellular. $30, $35, $49, $40, and then that Nokia that I showed Nick Crystal found it when we were back here in the back scanning, $85 on that one. I couldn't remember the exact price when we were looking at it earlier. So, at the end of the day, looking at all the numbers, after sold comps, shipping, because I'm averaging them $8 on an item for shipping right now. So with sold comps, taxes, fees, so cost of goods, everything included, should profit right at about $800, $850 this week. Had $570 transfer over on Monday following all this because I had the 17 transactions. Had another $176 to go over this time, so have almost already made all of that profit into the account at this point. So not a bad day in the office for going and doing this. If you have any questions, if you saw anything in the video that I missed, an item that I overlooked whenever I was going through the bins that you saw, it's like, hey Phil, you missed that, track phone over there. Hey, you missed that high dollar mouse over there. But drop it in the comments. Call me on it. It's only going to make me better. And if I'm getting better at this, I'm going to be able to help make you guys better. And we can all grow and learn from this. Also, costs nothing to do. After you get done watching this video, hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Tell a friend, share it to a friend, post it on your Facebook. Let this channel grow. We're getting closer to those goals. And what goals? The ones where I'm going to be giving stuff away. As we hit subscribers and hit these goals, I'm going to post a video before I list anything for that week on eBay. So whenever I see that we're going to hit 50 subscribers, nothing gets listed until I make the video. And I'm going to let you guys see everything we picked up. And you guys are going to get to pick an item from that. We're going to draw a winner. That person gets to pick an item from what I picked up that week. I'm shipping it to you absolutely free. No handling, no shipping, no charges. Here's a gift for being a subscriber and a follower of this channel. So it pays to subscribe. It pays to share it with people so that we can get to those numbers so I can give you guys stuff away. So again, what a great deal. Peace late. Peace out.